Welcome to Unwind Friday. It's your girl, Lisa Black, bringing you the heat with a little street.
And it's your girl Marie, certified life and health coach, bringing you tools you can use.
And
And
we
we
are
are
Sisters
Sisters
Edify.
Edified. Hey
Hey, y'all,
guys,
it's been a
it's been a
while.
long time, y'all. Life was life and
Yes, but we are back. We are black.
Happy
Black History Month.
Yes.
Yes, we are here, guys. You know how we do it. We gonna keep it the same. What are you unwinding with? Y'all, not only am I back, but I'm back and I'm back with my classic. As you guys know, love me some Michigan wine. So I got my winter white semi-sweet. Yo, this is my first glass of wine since um the beginning of January because I participated in the Daniel fast, y'all, and I did what I needed to do. Very good. So, guys, we have a very, very interesting story. And we're trying to figure out why no one is talking about this story. Facebook talk about everything, right?
Everything.
And I've been looking around, we've been waiting, and nothing has came up. So we need to do our diligent duty and talk about this story. So
And it's so many stories, you guys, that we have in our arsenal that they do not talk about, that we're going to be talking about.
yeah, so we'll catch you guys up. We'll catch up with our Unwind Friday. We'll reach back. We need our people back. So, guys, this story talks about a Florida teen allegedly shoots, kills sister after argument over Christmas gifts. The most wonderful time of the year, guys. Imagine your life, your family being torn apart. Let's get into it.
Wait,
But
before you get into
before
it,
we get into it,
before you
we
get
need
into
a
it, we
favor.
need some things for you because
Yes.
you guys, we haven't been on YouTube for so long that we
need-
lost some viewers, and in order for us to continue to go on live, we first need you to subscribe.
Mhm.
Subscribe to our YouTube, Sisters Edifying, you guys.
Like and share.
Like and share and ring that bell.
Mhm.
Here it is right here. YouTube is Sister Edifying, that second one. You guys don't have to worry about the top one, the Oka Dume Life and Health Coaching. I'm gonna get that one removed off of there. But that second one, YouTube, Sisters Edifying, at Sisters Edifying. Go ahead over there and like and subscribe right now. It's so important, guys, so we can keep going live and bring these stories to you. We have so many stories, and we want to just build a community where we can come up with a solution.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do that for us. Now, Melissa, you can get into
So,
it.
guys, tonight we will be unwinding. So, unwind with true crime.
Oh, yeah, we'll unwind with true crime. That's what we'll be doing. Y'all, I forgot to tell y'all what I'm
What are you
unwinding
with, Marie?
So I'm unwinding with some Ben Chocolate Noir. This right here comes from darn it. Where did it come from?
Cooper Hawk.
Cooper Hawk. I was supposed to save this one for Valentine's Day, but I'm gonna have to just get another bottle because I didn't have time to go to the store and get me any wine. So I'm going to drink this tonight. And you guys, it's so good. It's a red wine, semi-sweet red wine with a hint of chocolate, with a burst of chocolate at the end of your mouth.
Delicious Valentine's Day.
It does, doesn't it?
Me and Bay, aphrodisiac.
So I want to shout out to Miss Mosley, Teresa Mosley, for this bottle of wine. She got me this bottle of wine right here. If you guys ever want to send us wine, you can send us wine. Just let us know. We'll give you an address where you can send us wine.
Yes. I know y'all probably like, okay, Melissa. All right, Marie. We see you guys are unwinding, but let's get into this
Let's
true
get
crime.
into it. Wait a minute, you guys, because shoot, hold on, y'all. I need to change something right here. This should be right here. That's the wrong
Marie
one.
Perfectionist. She like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, I had the wrong logo up there. I had the logo up there because we got several businesses that's on here, and I just want to make sure the right logo is on there. So, you guys, before we get all the way started, I would like to say, because we are using StreamYard, that you guys need to give StreamYard permission. So when you comment, because if you comment, we won't be able to see your name For the ones who are viewing from Facebook.
Yeah.
YouTube, you don't have to do that, but Facebook, when you guys comment back to us, give StreamYard permission to show your name. That way we know who comment and talking back to us.
All right, very good. All right, here we go, guys. So again, the story tonight with Unwind with True Crime. A Florida teen allegedly kills sister after arguments over a Christmas gift. So sad. It gets worse. Wait a minute. So a 14-year-old boy allegedly fatally shoots his older sister in Florida after a family argument over Christmas.
Y'all, let me tell y'all, this argument started inside of a store. Inside of a store. The one brother, he felt like the other brother was getting more Christmas gifts than him. Maybe something was happening in the house where he felt like maybe
that he was the favorite, or that's our opinion. But let's get into the story. Maybe he was feeling. We don't know, but however, we can't say how he was feeling, but just history, and when you think of things like that, if he felt like he was getting more Christmas presents. So basically, guys, let's jump right back in. So the teen had been out shopping on Christmas Eve with Abriel Baldwin, his 23-year-old sister, as well as his mother and his 15-year-old brother and sister's children. So this comes from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Bob Guarteria said during a news conference. So the teenage boys got into an argument about who was getting more presents. They had this family spat about who was getting what and what money was being spent on who. So it sounds like an average sibling rivalry, because if you got kids, if you got siblings, they fight and argue all the time, right? Mm-hmm. So it happens, you think. And you think that's probably as far as it goes. A couple name calling, a couple argument, and we good to go. However, it does not go that easy in this situation. And they were having a big thing going on in the store. So it got pretty heated. They going back and forth about who getting most gifts, who's spending more money on who. And one of the teens are very upset because he's feeling like he's just not getting what he's supposed to get. So he's going to voice his opinion. He's going to be heard. So the boys continue to argue at their grandmother's house. So now this has carried from the store to the grandmother's house in Largo, a city about a half-hour drive from Tampa. So the sheriff says they'd gone to their grandmother's house. They went to their grandmother so she could babysit Baldwin's baby boy and her 6-year-old son while Baldwin was at work. Once inside, the 14-year, guys, wait a minute. Let me stop right there. This is when it's about to get real. So remember, they went to the store, they buying gifts. It's supposed to be a happy time. It's Christmas Eve, and they arguing. Now, this argument has carried at this point from the store to the grandma's house. So this means the young boy was very upset at this point. So the grandmother was babysitting the older sister's children who was at work. So once inside, the 14-year-old boy allegedly pulled out a semi-automatic handgun and pointed it at his brother and told him he was going to shoot him in the head. Guarteria said. The older teen said he didn't want to fight, and the older brother was told to get out the house. So one of their uncles separated them because, of course, now it's getting heated. It's getting crazy. So he pulled out a gun. He tell the brother he's going to shoot him in the head. The uncle and them tell him, get out. You got to go. They ask him to leave the house. So the uncle separated the teens and got the 14-year-old boy to go outside where Baldwin was with her baby. Now, Baldwin is the sister here. Okay? And then Baldwin says to them, as any older sister would, she's trying to de-escalate, but we always don't know how to properly de-escalate. We think we're talking to somebody we know, we love, we kind of say how we feel the way we feel it. So she says, you all need to leave that stuff alone, Baldwin said to her brother, according to Guarteria. Why are you trying to start? It's Christmas. So she's trying to just tell him, like, please stop it. You know, it's Christmas, it's the holiday, we're supposed to be in a good time, whatever. And you would think this would de-escalate, right? So the 14-year-old boy called his sister several derogatory words and told her he was going to shoot her and her baby.
So these are the two young men right here who got into the argument. I would first like to just show that to you.
Yeah.
The one on these are the two brothers, and how old were they again?
14 and 15.
They were young. They were some young fellas.
Young.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did he tell his sister after she had said to him, like, you know, it's Christmas, we please, like, stop. And he called her all out her name and said, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna shoot you, and I'm gonna shoot your baby. Y'all, he allegedly shot her in the chest around 1:45 p.m. local time. The baby was in the carrier, so she was carrying her baby. Thankfully, the baby was not injured. The 15-year-old, now, y'all, it get even worse. So now we got the 14-year-old who just shot his older sister. And then the 15-year-old, hear that he shot the sister. And he came outside with his own semi-automatic handgun and allegedly shot the younger teen in the stomach, the police said. He then ran, throwing the gun into a nearby yard. The teen was taken into custody at a relative's house. Baldwin was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. So the sister, she was holding her baby there. She just had a new baby. She came from work. She thought she was going to de-escalate the situation where she ended up being shot and ultimately died from her injury.
Just imagine your brother, and she's the oldest sister. I'm the oldest sister. So I can't imagine one of my siblings, you know, doing that, and you think that's the last thing while she's holding this little baby and her little son is next to her when this happened. This is the beautiful young lady who was walking in the house. Of course, this is a summer picture, but she was walking in the house with this baby in her hand.
Probably tired from work and just like, y'all cut it out. Like,
yeah, like, why are you acting a fool? And he shoots and kills his sister.
So the bullet traveled through her left arm into her chest, y'all.
Oh, wow.
Popping both of her lungs. She suffered internal bleeding and was unable to breathe. What a horrible way to go. You come from work, you're trying to de-escalate. It's the holidays and Christmas Eve. So you thinking, I'm done for Christmas Eve. She might have been off for Christmas because a lot of us, myself, I would be off for Christmas. Thinking it's time to chill, time to celebrate, time to enjoy some family, and you walk up on this.
This is the gun that he shot his sister with. This is the guns that these young boys had. How did, as a community, guys, I would like to ask you guys a question, because so many of our young ones have pistols, a 40 caliber semi-automatic handgun. How did teenagers have 14 and 15 have access to guns like this? Look, at his clip was fully loaded too. This is the gun that he used to kill his sister. And then not only that, even though his brother shot him for shooting his sister in self-defense, but still, how did both of these guys even have guns? Because before they shot the sister, they was threatening to shoot each other.
And they young kids. 14 and 15 is young children. And I believe it goes back to, you know, talking to your kids, having those conversations with your children, teaching gun safety, and just the heat of the moment, teaching our kids how to handle and process their emotions properly, because he obviously didn't know how to properly process his emotions because he became so enraged that he was not only ready to take.
I want to post these brothers again so they can know which one. So because I did have a single picture, you guys, but I don't know where it happened, you know, but the dark-skinned one with the short dreads is the one who shot his sister and killed her. The older one that was 15 with the longer dreads, he's the one who shot the other brother in retaliation to, like, oh my God, I can't believe you shot my sister. The sad part about it is that both of these boys, tell them about these boys right here.
So guys, I mean, talk about your family being ripped apart in moments. So the 14-year-old, the wounded 14-year-old underwent surgery, and then he was now in stable condition at the hospital. He's been charged with first-degree murder, child abuse, and being a delinquent in the possession of a firearm. The police said the Pinellas Pasco State Attorney Office will review the case and decide whether to charge him as a teen or an adult. His brother was charged with attempted first-degree murder and tampering with physical evidence. Both teens have prior arrests for car burglaries. These kids was out they was living the street life. Mm-hmm. They were armed, they had weapons, they did car burglaries, and it's just horrible.
They had open cases, both of them.
And just the throwaway, all the lives, and one family destroyed in a moment of anger. The sister's dead. The children are motherless. The both of the sons are going to prison. And can you imagine the mother? What she could?
They never mentioned the mother in this whole thing.
You know what they did? The mother was at the store with them.
Was she?
But they never said nothing else about her.
They never mentioned her and none of this. The mother, or anything. That's why I always wondered with the mother. And then I wondered if she needed help or anything like that, because these boys was on the wrong track. This led up to it. And I feel like if you guys see our thumbnail.
Yeah, because right here it says that the teen had been out shopping on Christmas Eve with Brielle Baldwin, his 23-year-old sister, as well as his mother, 15-year-old brother, and sister's children.
Wow.
So they were out as a family shopping. And where the mother was when all this went down, I don't know, because the uncle apparently tried to de-escalate and making the other child leave. But then as they were doing that, the other sister was coming in from work, called herself de-escalating the situation, trying to do what she can to bring things down, and it ultimately ended fatally for her. And these poor children have to grow up without their mom, and no telling where their father is. I just hope that he's somewhere in the picture. That
he might be in prison or something. I don't know, or not even alive. Because these days these fathers of those don't even be alive, but they be in prison. But I just would like to ask you guys, like, where are we going wrong as a community? Where we have 14 and 15-year-olds, because this story is every day. I mean, this is just one that came to our attention because it happened around the day before Christmas. But we had the Kia boys and all those guys was 13, 14, 15, stealing cars, killing themselves. Some of them was speeding. I done seen videos where they died. Like, one was hanging out the window and they crashed and he flew out and they just left him in his friends. Like, where are we going wrong as a community? Because, I have a nonprofit called Rebecca Daughters that I put in place, that I founded, and we work as a team, all of us, so that we can get the teens the resources. But I hear people complain about the youth, but they won't even give a $5 donation to help people help the youth. These are our future. We talk. We have people who we know who've been shot by I don't know, but people that I know who know their friend have been shot by a youth trying to steal a car, almost killed him. And he has a whole family of a car, so, but at the same time, we have you guys in the community. It's two things that happens in our community, in the Black community. They take up for these boys' behaviors.
Yeah.
So if somebody do try to reprimand them, they act like they're victims. And now y'all want some of us to march and do all this when you allow them to be disrespectful and criminals. Because you guys are not holding them accountable.
And that only help destroy
them. When you don't, I see on Facebook, I'm going to ride with my son or my kids, no matter what they do. I'm not, because I'm not going to destroy my kid. I'm going to tell my kid when they did something wrong, and I'm going to hold them accountable, because that is what's going to save my kid. Not me running to bail them out every time they get in trouble. Not me acting like they're the victim when they're out terrorizing the neighborhood.
And you know what just came to me, like Spirit of Rod, when you
don't scripture that says
that scripture I'm trying to think of it.
I'd rather look it up.
Look it up so we say it wrong. But that scripture came to me in that moment that you said that, because it means more than we think. We think that Spirit of Rod spoiled a child or when you don't do like discipline that kid, that it's something at home, but it can go a long way into their lives and disciplinary actions. Had these kids probably been disciplined properly within the community and held accountable for their actions, whatever that looked like, it may have not gone that far. It may have been something that said, okay, if I do this, there's going to be consequences behind this. Because sometimes people get away with so much stuff that they feel untouchable.
These right here, the scripture said, those who spare the rod hate their children, but those who love them are diligent to discipline them. Proverbs 13:24 tells us it's love to discipline your children, not make them excuses to create them into criminals and bums. And it's so sad. And I'm not coming at my Black women. I promise you I'm not. But from my experience and from the people around me, even older people, how they destroy our Black men. They destroy them by not holding them accountable. They let them lay up and do nothing. Oh, like it's cute. My son can stay with me forever. Why would you want your son to stay with you forever when he is a head? He is a king. He's supposed to be going out and creating life and creating stability for the community. Why would I be okay with my son living with me forever? No, I want my son to go out and marry him a beautiful queen and have beautiful grandkids and build himself up and be who God created him to be. I don't want him laying in my house getting high and drunk all the days of his life, depressed. That don't mean you don't love your kids, right? If you allow them to destroy their lives, and that's just facts. That is not love, and a lot of people got it twisted. I see it on my Facebook all the time. That ain't love because you gonna let your son lay in your house and be a bum. It's not love because you're gonna bail your son out every time he go rob somebody or beat his girlfriend. That's not love. Is holding him accountable. Love is if you get locked up again, you're sitting in here because clearly you didn't learn your lesson the first time.
And for me, I want to create first of all, I want to create a childhood for my children that they do not have to recover from.
Absolutely.
Secondly, I want my children to know I've provided them with all the tools necessary to survive without me. Because one day I won't be on this earth. And if my kids are totally handicapped, don't understand how things work and cannot provide for themselves and be self-efficient, I have not done my job.
And you guys, I just want to make it clear. The discipline verse means chastising and chastisement, correction, rebuke, reproof. It does not always mean hitting and spanking. It does not mean hitting and spanking. You know what I'm saying? There's other way you can discipline your kid. Like me, like with my little one, she don't get hit, but she get her and my oldest daughter. She gets her phone and her tablet took away. She get things took away from her. It does not mean you have to do, because I know all of us, because we went through and we've been trying to practice gentle parenting, you know. So, because most of us been through childhood trauma, and some of us don't want to take our kids through that trauma. But not using any type of discipline methods, you're taking your child through worse trauma. Do you notice the suicide rate is so high? Kids have no hope.
Listen to your kids, y'all. Pay attention to your babies.
See what they want. Don't put people before them, things before them. Don't let people move in their homes and take their peace away. It's a whole lot of things we can do to make sure our kids are happy and not going the rebellious route. Using programs like the program that I have that's going to upbuild your kid and get their mind, their light bulb turned on for success and planning goals and knowing. It's sad because when I was younger, I knew what I wanted to be. Like, even though I'm not that and I changed my mind when I was older, but I still knew I wanted to be something. I knew I wanted to be married. I wanted to be a pediatrician. Now, when I got older, I realized that I was too sensitive and I cry a lot.
I can't, like, some of the things you see with babies.
Yeah, like, so I can't imagine. But I still knew that I wanted to be something. When I go out and talk to some of these kids, they be like, I don't know. They have nothing because nobody's instilling it to them. And you guys won't even use. It's so many resources that wasn't out there when I was a 13-year-old runaway.
Right, true. And also, I want to say, I don't know who needed to hear this, but anything with teen on the end is not an adult. Okay, my community, your baby who got a teen in their age is a teenager. They're not an adult. Please do not treat them like an adult.
Make them make decisions for them. I had I have things going on, and I ask, and people tell me, "Well, I'm gonna see what my kid doing." Now that's different if your kid is in sports, but when if you know your kid ain't doing number sitting on the iPad, no, you have them get up and you don't have to make them. You could. My two oldest kids is 19 and 21. But if I ask one of them, say, listen, it's this program that I think that's going to be good for you. I would like for you to go to it. They say okay. I don't say, oh, you gonna go here. No, because if we talk to kids with respect, they usually say, but I'm not gonna see things that can build my daughters up.
Oh, that's a scripture for that one too. Don't make lead, because a lot of people miss that part of the scripture. Don't make your kids angry.
Yeah, don't bring them to anger. Yeah, don't tempt them. Don't bring them to anger. Yeah. It tells us that, but people think they can talk to kids any type of way, but you can't. I respect your kids like the same respect you want. Mm-hmm. That don't make you no less of a parent. That don't make you a friend to them. No, you give respect to receive respect. Mm-hmm. And the Bible, the word tell us, do not bring our children to anger. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go into it and read it because I like to make sure we say it right.
Yeah, because this story we shared today, things, well, I don't know their living situation, but hopefully things look up for that family. I pray for that family. I empathize with that family because their lives was torn apart from this simple incident that was supposed to be a happy experience, going out, buying gifts, spending time on Christmas Eve, and it turned so tragically. And I think we just got, as parents, have to be more involved in our kids' lives, and understanding what they're doing and speaking with them and giving them respect and listening to them, more than anything, listening to them, so that we can be there for our kids and they feel comfortable expressing things to us and they know how to properly express things to us, so that situations don't end so tragically like this story ended.
Like this beautiful young lady right here,
because she lost her life.
She lost, and I'm pretty sure she was like semi-mother figure to her sibling brothers, you know. I don't know why it's doing that, you guys.
But yeah, this young lady tragically lost her life trying to de-escalate a family feud between her two younger brothers. And it's just very sad for the family, for the children, for everybody.
Yeah, so this beautiful young lady right here lost her life because we as a community are not doing our part, and that's just that. You know, we letting the young people get away with two things. We think gentle parenting means no discipline at all when it doesn't. We're not holding it. So some of us are not holding our youth, especially our sons, accountable. We're running to that thing, every need and every not. Some of the men are not stepping up doing their job. You guys say you want help for the teens, but then when there's help out there, you won't support it. So because of that, stories like this are happening every day. This is just one story we're bringing to you. This young mother of these two little babies, these two kids who lost their mother and now has to deal with a different type of trauma now, has lost their mother.
So guys,
and then we lost one kid to the system. Another one might be lost to the system because he already had an open case on top of,
and they were young kids. So,
they're young kids.
So one was charged with attempted murder and the other one was charged with first-degree murder.
Exactly. So we got two young people. We got three young people gone. One gone for life, and one gone to the system, because even after, if they do get out, the system destroys them so much. It takes so much rehabilitation to get them on track. Mm-hmm. But we're going to pray for those young men, because there's some things that we don't even know about in the background that had to be emotion for them to be living a lifestyle that they were living.
Yeah, and guys, I want to challenge you to listen to your children. As a mother of a son and a daughter, I want you to allow your sons to express their emotions. Allow them to be emotional because they're human. Don't make your sons bottle things up because they're supposed to be tough because the world say don't cry. Allow your son to cry. Allow him to be human. Allow him to be emotional. Allow him to express to you and be a safe place for him. Because that's what I plan on being for my son. So my son don't feel so angry that the only thought is violence, because he don't feel he can express what's wrong with him.
And I would also like to say that while you're allowing your sons to express their emotions, also hold your children accountable, especially our young ethnic males. Don't run to their every need when they get in trouble. Let them know that we are free for every choice we want to make, but we are not free of the consequences.
Absolutely.
Don't coddle your sons and have them lay up in your house and become bums and become nothing.
Okay.
Because they feel that nothing in their soul when you do that. You're not helping them. They know in their soul that you ain't loving them right when they live in a miserable life underneath you. It's a man, you guys, out here who used to come do work at my house, who lived with his mother all his life. His mother died at 90. The family sold the house. Guess where that man is at? Living on the street on Division, drunk. Because he had nothing instilled in him. He just went to do odd jobs. He was never required to step into his whole purpose because his mama let him live with her forever. So think about that when you say, I don't let my kids live with me forever. No, it's okay to be an umbrella for your kids if they go through hard time, but it's not okay to disable them.
And with that, guys.
Let me read this scripture, then we're going to go. In Ephesians chapter 6:4, it says, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in discipline and instruction of the Lord. So, and not just fathers, but mothers. Do not provoke our kids to anger and bring them up into discipline and in love and instruction, giving them the instruction that they need to walk in the purpose that God has for them. Discipline does not mean we have to use corporal punishment for our kids, but discipline does mean that we hold them accountable and we let them know that there is consequences for every choice that we make. Thank you for joining us this Unwind Friday, and we love you guys, and we see you next time.